Hey everybody! We're back!
Hello! Welcome to Tales from the Mist, the spooky campaign set in the domains of dread. With me today are, I have to count, I'm sorry, 6 adventurers. Let's go down the line and introduce ourselves. We're going to start with who you are, who you're playing, and what your favorite fake sport is. We're going to start with Ms. Hadeel.
I'm your pal
Keep it
Hadeel.
G.
I'm your pal Hadeel. I play Vargas. He's a naughty boy. He's horny for teamwork. My favorite fake sport is basketball.
Oh no.
I actually fucking love basketball, so it's fine. I'm still... No, I love basketball, actually.
No, it's okay. I heard your ancestors calling you up.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. Don't. Please remember that skit I sent you.
Georgina.
No. With my prayers.
They're coming for you. Okay, Ms. Lysa, who are you? Who you're playing? What is your favorite fake sport?
That's like a really existential question. Who are you?
What?
But the simple answer is I'm Lysa Penrose. I play your heart of the party, Mercy Albrecht, the tiefling storm sorceress changeling. And my favorite fake sport is, you know, those like videos of people in like these puffy bubble suits, and you can kind of run around in them and like bump into each other. Yeah, zorbing is my favorite fake sport.
Google it. I'm not lying.
Safe
Only
search,
I would
Chad.
know that shit.
Yeah, safe search on.
Safe search on. Hadeel said it, so safe search on. Okay, we're gonna jump over to Ms. Kayla.
Hi, my name is Kayla Cline, and I play Vasily Ava Mordenheim, and my fake sport is blitzball.
Yeah!
Thank you for appreciating that, Chad!
You also took mine, so now I gotta come with a different one.
No, we both love blitzball together!
Oh, man.
They're gonna only be one.
We're gonna move on to Ms. Ashley.
I'm surprised at how quickly Kayla came up with something. But hi, I'm Ashley Warren, and I play Konstantina Avshalomov, the Vistana Bard Werejackal. More things, I'm sure. And I couldn't think of a fake sport, and I panicked, so I Googled something. I just Googled fake sport. So I'm going to say my fake sport is, like, needing to overachieve when it's not important and researching something right away because you want to have a good answer, a good, clever answer.
Did Google not yield any
That's
good
very
answers,
meta
Ashley?
answer, yeah. Okay.
All right. Ashley's favorite fake sport is gifted and talented elementary school club.
Yeah, I mean, there is a sport that I remembered from Battlestar Galactica called Pyramid, which is awesome. So that's a fake sport that'll be my answer.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to Chad. Did you think of something yet?
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but since Kayla took my, the best one. Hi, I'm Chad. I'm playing Reader, the Warforged, and I'd say I'm a fan of any fictional rollerblading sports, either Murder Ball or the one in Battle Angel Alita that I don't know what the objective was other than don't die. I love those kind of like, what's best is rollerblades in danger.
So like roller derby?
Yeah, but like more than roller. The one
like
in Battle Angel
roller
is like,
ball.
Yeah. Roller ball is like dudes with like knives on their wrists and stuff, like kind of thing.
That seems like
I feel like almost any sport, true or fictional, that has rollerblades on it has an objective of don't die, and we're not sure what else.
True. Actually, can I change mine? I'd like to go with Running Man. Running Man is my favorite fictional sport.
More of a game show than a sport, but I will allow it.
Has Chad just been taking every single one of Kelly's answers throughout his answer?
I'm so sorry.
Kelly,
sorry.
Do you want a minute, or you got it?
No, I have a runner-up. It's just I'm the only one that knows it. So.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and I play Lila Sadur, the moderately creepy, whispery, way too powerful monk. He's totally just a monk, yeah. My favorite fake sport is Foot the Ball from Discworld.
Oh, you know what? That's a good one. I'm a little surprised nobody said Calvin Ball, but I think that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that your answer, TK?
Hmm?
You didn't give us a fake sport.
Yeah.
Well, then it's Calvin Ball.
Calvin Ball.
I mean, nobody said Quidditch either, which was interesting.
Well,
Quidditch
that's
is
because
bad.
it's nobody's favorite.
Nobody's favorite.
right.
It exists, but
I mean, it's a thing that happened.
It's not a well-balanced sport. The snitch
It's because
is
it's
too
a
strong.
real sport, Hadeel.
Can I change my answer to the hoops I jump through when I rationalize my behavior?
Yeah, okay. So 2 for gifted and talented elementary school club.
Just want to shout out to Space Jam with LeBron James. Can't wait. Can't believe Space Jam is sponsoring this whole stream. Thanks, Space Jam.
Yeah, thanks, Space Jam. What if,
I've
like, I
never
really
seen
just
Space
held
Jam.
up, like, a Space Jam shirt or something? That would be awesome. Anyway, that's not what's important. What's important is that this is not a typical campaign. We have a rotating cast, which means we have 4 anchor members, being Hadeel, Lysa, Kayla, and Ashley. And then we have 2 rotating members that we switch off every 4 episodes, being Kelly and Chad this time. We've only got 2 episodes left in this whole entire season.
Whoa!
I know. We're gonna have to kill one of you, like, really dramatically, or not. I don't know. I have a lot of trouble killing.
I don't
off guests,
expect to
but that's
survive.
fine. Eh. No one ever does, and yet they talk a lot of shit their last day. Our showrunner has the announcements.
Yay, announcements. My first announcement is that, as always, we are doing a giveaway for those of you who are watching the show live right now as I'm saying these words, but not as I'm saying these words on YouTube. Only right now on Twitch. Live. Anyway, to enter the giveaway, put !Temperance. Jack will probably write what the code is so that people know how to spell that, but it's !Temperance. And you can win a Mistwalker survival kit. It includes a whole bunch of goodies, like this cool pin with Lolth. It's a sparkly boy. Sparkly Goral. Dice, pictures, magnets, but also, because it's Beltane today, we have our May Day postcard that Kayla designed, and that comes in there as well. So a whole bunch of fun Tales from the Mist goodies that you can win. Put !Temperance. Oh snap, Dad, in chat, it is 10, like the number, Temperance. Not like the number of temperances we're walking into, because that's 5.
It's true. 5 parents would not have made sense.
But yeah, that would have been
5 right
even
now.
more confusing somehow. Oh gosh, just to reiterate, it is !TEN parents. Our other announcement, this is the part of the show where we make our guests, we're bad hosts because we make our guests feel unprepared and left out. Who brought their level up dice today?
Me.
Yay.
They were
I'm
rolling real
I think
good
I'm gonna
last
roll my
week.
amethyst ones this time. I'll show them
They're
off.
rolling real good last week, so
Shiny
I'm
and
just going to keep going
purple.
with them.
Yay. I don't know if y'all saw, but Level Up tweeted some new stuff that they've got. They have these, like, really cool coiled tentacles that hold your dice for you at the table, so they don't have to be in just, like, a little lump or, like, taking up space in your dice tray that you're going to roll them in. But what's extra cool about them is these coily tentacles change color. I think like a mood ring. Very 90s.
Eldritch.
Yeah, or Eldritch. The 90s were very Eldritch. So that's something new. If you're thinking about picking that up or any other Level Up goodies, please use our Diceomancy link, which for ease, Jack will paste into the chat. Thank you, Jack, for moderating, as always. And then I just wanted to do one last check-in and make sure everyone has their safety bucks on them. A reminder to those in chat that you might see us holding up these cards, and these are our safety tools. We call them safety bucks because there's an RPG safety toolkit online that has handouts you can print, and they look like little Monopoly monies. Most of us made ours or found some on Drive-Thru-RPG. And these are just, especially because we're a horror show, a nice way for us to easily check in with each other, make sure everyone's doing okay, or let our Dungeon Master or fellow players know if we're coming up on any topics that we're not comfortable role-playing in. So if you see us holding those up, that's just us communicating through our safety tools. I think those are all of my announcements, TK.
Well, if that's all of your announcements, I think it's time for Auntie to go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell us what we missed.
Story time.
Oh, Mistwalkers.
Just doing a little pampering, nothing too serious. Oh. More story, I see. Let's take a look. Yes. Ooh. A forgotten tunnel in the Tomb of Kings. Ooh, leading to a large room filled with beetles, many legs and many faces. Well, it looks like they were able to catch one. I wonder what sorts of surprises we'll see. How can Vasily twist its natures to suit her own desires? Let's see. Oh, yes. A secret door. Another tunnel. Ooh, very narrow. And with the dead lurking around the corner, underneath the sand. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, I see. After our group, our heroes defeat these abominations. There's another hidden door, isn't there? Oh, and it would seem somebody is not who she claims to be. So we come out of the tunnel, deep and dark and dreadful, and stumble upon a body. The former Dr. Balthazar Kettel, surrounded by Temperance and Temperance, 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 and Temperance, each holding a bloody knife. But who did the deed, Mistwalkers? Will our heroes be able to decipher just who is deceiving them this time? Why don't we see? I bet it's going to be just as thrilling as it sounds.
Take it away, TK.
I don't know why I'm like this, honestly. I do know. I've consumed a lot of caffeine today. Let's see. The last time we all saw each other, I think we were in the middle of a great discovery. Is everybody out of the tunnel?
Yes, I think I was the last one, and I had just stood up.
What a delight. So we're all
great.
out of the tunnel, and we can see the flickering remains of this torch that has crashed to the ground that seems to illuminate the prone body of the former Dr. Balthazar Kettel. And in this same torchlight, we can see 5 identical women standing with bloody daggers in their hands. What would we like to do?
like everyone's faces during.
Mercy is going to unsheath her dagger and stand defensively.
Lila knows that this is probably not going to work, but she is going to cast Detect Good and Evil to see if she can figure out which Temperance is the real one.
All right, so my internet is a little unstable. I'm gonna just let y'all know that if you see me looking very impassive for a moment, it's because I am buffering. So I got Mercy's taking out her dagger, is that correct?
Yes.
And I got Lila is casting, is it Detect Good and Evil?
It's Detect Good and Evil.
Okay.
She's going to cast it to see if, she doesn't know if all of them would give off a reading or just the real one.
Here's the question: was Temperance always evil?
But see, it doesn't matter because I would be getting a reading back from 5.
True.
Also, maybe she's not evil. She murdered Dr. Kettle. Maybe she's good.
Yeah,
that is
fine.
the action of a good person.
Yeah.
Maybe Dr. Kettle is evil.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I see no problem with this situation. Yeah.
I have to close every single application on my computer. Okay. Yeah. Read to me what Detect Good and Evil does for you.
I think
You are muted.
Of course I am. I said I'm finding that real quick because I forgot to open up the email that tells you what it is. There you go. It is up to 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. You know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there's a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Okay,
so it's a long shot.
No, it's fine. So what are the creature types again?
Oh, bugger, I just closed.
Suffer.
Aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Okay, I'm ready. Tell me what it looks like when you cast that.
So Lila would have just stood up from the tunnel. She sees everybody staring at this body, and everybody does, I'm assuming, kind of that slow horror movie turn when they see the Temperances walking towards us. So she would just kind of blink and kind of reflexively throw out her hand just to see, like, to kind of shoot the spell out and see if she can figure out which one is real.
Okay. So it is as you are casting your fingers out and do you pray when you do this? Is this a prayer thing or is this what?
It is a prayer that is not spoken.
As you feel out for the presence of the divine energy that you use that flows through you, and you cast it around this group of Temperances. I said Temperances, implying
it should just be 10. Just make
5.
them 10. It'll be easier.
I can't make them 10 for a very specific reason, Chad.
Okay.
If I could, I would, but I can't.
The server can't handle that many characters at once.
It's true. The server can barely handle this many characters in the Zoom chat. You reach out with this divine magic, this divine will, and you feel the energy around these Temperances, and you don't sense any of those creatures that you named off. However, this room was once consecrated. It is not desecrated. It has just been a very long time.
So the room is technically still holy to someone.
Technically.
She's going to hold on to that information because she doesn't know if it's going to be useful right now.
I think Reader's just bringing it up going, Temperance, I was worried you and the doctor were making purple and smooching, but is this What has happened? Why are there 5 of you?
I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Making purple.
That's a callback to last week. Is a callback.
I know, but I forgot, and it's funny again.
Someone in the chat reminded me. I appreciate it.
What a delight. Thank you, person in the chat that I can't see because I closed my Discord or my Twitch. And you look at Temperance and and behind her is this reverberation of all these voices. Well, this is a mistake. This isn't what it looks like. And the room is just filled with an echo of Temperance's voice as she defends herself verbally.
Wait, so the Temperances are kind of talking in unison, or is it a voice like while their mouths aren't moving?
No, their mouths are moving.
Okay.
Are all their mouths moving at the same time, or does one move faster?
Would you like to do an insider investigation?
I would. So, I'm going to do. Well, I will do an insight. See if I can figure it out. Oh, come on. Ooh, 23.
23 insight.
Mm-hmm. I'm very insightful.
The Temperance that speaks is very afraid. Appears to be telling the truth.
And the Temperance that is speaking, like, do all 5 of their mouths move exactly at the same time, or is the one speaking and then the rest start moving as well?
Unfortunately, it's hard to discern, even with a 23, whether or not they're moving at the exact same time. If the room were more brightly lit, perhaps.
Mercy is going to kind of like hold up her athame, and she is going to say, "Then tell us what happened. Tell us quickly."
Temperance will gesture to the knife in her hand and then gesture at the other Temperances, hold the dagger up as though shielding herself, and say, it wasn't me, it was them. They killed the doctor. And each of the other Temperances will now, out of unison, also hold their daggers up at each other.
Great, awesome.
But
the room becomes a cacophony of, no, it was her. She did it.
Mercy is now confused and takes a little step back.
Has this happened to you before, where you like, there's like lots of you doing things?
We'll have time to explain this, one of the Temperances says, though not the first one. As soon as we've dispatched the other Temperances.
Do we need to, though? Vasily kind of looks around like, I see no problem here, really.
They're murderers.
I mean, are they, or are they just helpful problem solvers? I mean, he wasn't.
They didn't even put a circle around him. It was wasteful and dangerous.
I know. Now you're gonna have to clean up after them, which is very rude. But we don't have to deal with this guy anymore. And she gestures at Kettle.
Yeah. And now we have a full basketball team of Temperances that we can take up and just,
For Space Jam.
For Space Jam. For the
Blitzball.
Space Jam.
We can play Blitzball.
You were saying? What's he?
God, I wish my internet were killing right now. I wish it was dead. I wish I was just like frozen right now and couldn't hear you.
I'm just saying. Temperance times 5, it's fine. I don't know that it's an issue that one of you killed him, but it's an issue that there are 5 of you.
I didn't kill him. I'm innocent.
Okay.
Mercy's gonna rush to Dr. Kettle's side, and kind of just like double check his pulse. Mm-hmm. Is he super definitely dead?
When you reach to double check his pulse, his head starts to come away from the neck because his entire throat has been slit wide open.
Her messages are sound, but again, no circle. Vargis, is there anything that you can do? Or Was that more of a Claudia sing? Is he sensitive? I shouldn't have asked.
I'm gonna be honest with you, love. Like, I can do a great many things, but that is. I mean, I have an extra ascot that we could put over it if you don't look at it, but that is a little bit out of my realm.
Just imagining y'all tying a scarf around him and like weekend at Bernie.
Weekend at Bernie.
Through the entire pyramid.
To be fair, he was really annoying.
And Mercy kind of dips her hand into the neck wound and then starts smearing a bloody circle around him.
For the best,
For the best.
This is fine.
At this point, Lyla would step over to Mercy and kind of reach out and put her hand on her arm. I don't know if it makes any difference to you, but this is consecrated to someone else.
Oh.
I don't know if it affects your magic.
Lyla and Mercy, as the two of you grow closer to Dr. Kettle, Mercy, you've made many a circle, haven't you?
Yeah.
What's the best blood?
The best blood?
Yeah, what's the best texture?
Well, usually it's best to extract blood for the circle before the sacrifice has already died. This blood is probably already a teeny bit coagulated, but it's still warm. So it's not the worst.
Sorry, I froze.
Oh, no, I was like,
That's my B.
Should I repeat that for you?
Please. Usually it's best to extract blood.
While the sacrifice, before the sacrifice has been sacrificed, so that it's fresh. This blood is already like slightly coagulated. In chat, Bunkerman91 says goopy. Yeah, it's slightly goopy, but it's warm at least.
It's more than goopy.
Oh no.
And it is not warm.
Oh no.
If you had to guess, Dr. Balthazar Kettel has been dead for days.
That's okay. Is it too late to inspect the body more? I mean, like to see. I know we've already contaminated it quite a bit. The crime scene.
Yeah, Mercy, who was like reaching into this gaping throat as like this is totally normal, suddenly coils back and goes, ew!
Yeah, y'all want to dip your fingies into this neck wound?
Lyla will automatically, as soon as Mercy recoils, reach down, or not reach down, but kneel down and inspect him a little closer.
All right. Give me investigation. What's the rest of you doing while these temperances aim their daggers at one another, and Lyla and Mercy and I assume Reader as well?
Yeah, I think Reader.
Body?
Yeah, I think Reader's giving us a minor lecture to the rest of the group, going, he might have been a jerk, but he was still a scientist and an academic, and we should mourn his loss.
All bad things.
Was he though? Was he? Or was he just someone who said he did things and then did not do the thing?
I'm a scientist. I've been in a lab.
I didn't see him doing any science. And you are not a scientist.
I was in the lab though, so.
That was unfortunately a 12.
12? Reader, are you lecturing or are you investigating?
I've turned my lecture away to investigate my former employer, if he's truly as dead as it
Roll
seems.
Me something. And Mercy, you can as well.
14
roll something?
plus?
Well, investigation specifically.
Oh, okay.
If you want to roll intimidation, that's fine too, I guess.
Sorry for my cat. I'm gonna move my cat. Okay.
What? No, show the cat first. Show the cat first.
Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Oh.
fluffy.
He's
What
a
is
big boy.
what is Constantina doing?
I want to try to mediate the temperances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, I think that we can all come to an agreement here. Sometimes it's hard when the different parts of yourself don't really get along, and I'm like trying to separate them all from not killing each other because we don't know which one is which.
One of them approaches you and says, "They're killers. I'm not a killer. I've never killed anybody in my life."
Okay, I'm going to put like a. Okay, I start taking scarves out of my bag. I'm going to identify you, so that we can, make sure that we keep track of the right one. If you are the real one, so not to
Smart.
accidentally do
Of
anything.
course I am. Of course I'm the real one.
Okay, well, if you are, then you're going to be okay with me just like temporarily putting this like scarf on you, and I like drape a scarf.
I don't. I would prefer not to.
Okay, well, I don't know how else you want me to like, mark you as like the one, because if you don't let me do this, we might accidentally like hurt you. If you're telling us to like take out the other ones and we don't know which one is you,
Another one pushes her out of the way and is like, I'm not afraid. You can wrap a scarf on me, and holds out her arm.
Well, so far I like you the best, so I'm going to put a scarf on the one that allows me to put a scarf on them.
Can we get names for these? Can I be like Two-Prince or something? You know what I mean? Like
3
One
pence.
Three
three pence.
4
1
pence.
prince, 2 prince, red prince, blue prince.
Yeah, something like that.
Blueprints. I hate y'all.
Yes. Thing one.
Also-
Thing two.
Also, my investigation roll was 23, by the way, TK.
Oh yeah, 23. Not only can you tell that this body has been dead for days, but it hasn't been anywhere. Like, the sand is caved down under it. This body's been in this room for days.
Mercy would not have been investigating, but she would have been going ew, and like trying to get like the gross, cold, coagulated blood off of her hand and probably rubbing it on the sand.
It's like putting your hands in a jar of strawberry preserves.
Ew!
Are there seeds?
Ew! Why is there seeds in here?
Wait, that's how
What?
good
Why are
preserves
there
have seeds.
seeds?
Because it's like
The good
You know what?
preserves.
Actually, no. That's too close to one of our veils, so no seeds. I thought about it, and I was like,
Mercy's rubbing her claw on the sand, and then I'm wondering if I can trigger my dark shadow using my inspiration to trigger my grave sight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's not flavor-wise, I'd like it if Mercy wasn't doing it on purpose, but kind of like interacting with the space around Dr. Kettle's body triggers a vision.
As she tries to smear the strawberry preserves off of her hands onto the sand, she starts to move it around, and she sees the ghostly image of large leonine feet. And by leonine, I mean feline, lion-like. While they're not here now in the current time, you can see their ghostly form as it prowls across the sand and moves to eat its prey. And you see this form, this man smartening up a vest and a starched collar on the shirt and a hat, ties a little kerchief, and crawls through the tunnel to leave, while an identical body lays in the sand.
Mercy kind of snaps to leaning down on the ground, incredibly still. And then she kind of accepts and says, I don't think that the Dr. Kettles that we met was the real Dr. Kettel. This is the real Dr. Kettel, but very big kitty cats ate him. But then, and Mercy looks around, where is the Kettel we know? And she turns and looks at the 10 princes.
The Temperance with the first scarf on her arm points her dagger at another Temperance and says, It's one of them! One of them! It can change its form! And grows closer to Constantina to hide behind her.
I mean, okay, but so one of the other ones also said that. This is why I was trying to come up with a system to, like, keep track of how all of you people.
But you can trust me. I'm trustworthy. And then the room erupts again in this cacophony of voices.
Okay. Can I cast silence?
Yeah, you can cast silence.
I just want to cast it. I don't want it to. I know that it's like a regional thing,
Yeah.
but I just want the temperances to like while we like figure stuff out.
Okay.
'Cause they're just like being very chatty, and they don't. Only one wants to wear a scarf, which is whatever. So hang on, I think this is on my.
Okay.
Let me. Do I not have silence?
I want you to read silence to me when you find it.
Well, I thought I had it on my violin, but I don't think that I do.
Uh-oh.
So never mind. I'm sorry. I thought 100% that I had.
No,
that
it was a great idea, and it would not have backfired at all.
Oh no. Okay. Well, good. Crisis averted, because I do not have that after all. So never mind. I am looking just to see if I can do anything like related to that, but I don't think that I can.
Another Temperance steps closer to you and says, "I'll wear a scarf too. If that's all we need to do to prove that we're trustworthy, that we're not murderers, I'll put a scarf on."
Okay, I mean, it's step one in a process, but okay. And so I pull out another scarf. I have a lot of scarves. I would say the first one's like a dark blue, and the second one's like a dark green. They're all jeweled toned, obviously.
Yeah, so you put the green one on her, and the two of them kind of side-eye each other and kind of point their knives at each other, but the other three don't come anywhere near you.
Okay, well...
Mercy starts like kind of sneaking across the room towards Reader. Or actually, Reader was looking at the body too. She doesn't have to sneak very far. Psst, Mr. Reader, how well do you know Temperance?
That's a good... To TK, right? To make sure I have my backstory understood. Like, I worked with Temperance and the doctor like for a couple of weeks, right? Like before we came down here, at least.
Is there something you could ask to discern the real one?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Temperance often kept to herself, but I think we could for sure.
Just in case Constantina's scarf sing doesn't work.
Yeah, the time dilation or the difference here is fascinating and terrifying. I think we should be careful of the area of the doctor just in case. But yes, we should perhaps do some questioning. And also I've learned in my experience with my other party members used to be quite criminal, terrible people that I loved. But
no, I don't know what that is like.
Oh, it's like herding cats, and I've learned a few tricks. I'd be happy to try. What if we and Reader kind of turns around, is like, would everyone please like to kind of all keep some distance from one another and maybe lay down your daggers? We'd like to ask you some questions. First, what day do you think it is? And then whisper it to each of these people. Like, I don't want them to say it out loud. I want them to like answer to. I'll go up to them. I'll put myself at risk. Like, I'm going to walk up to each of you Temperances. I want you to whisper in my ear what day you think it is when we went into the temple.
I want everybody to roll perception real quick while Reader's doing this. No reason.
Okay. Including Reader?
No.
Oh, it was so close to a good roll.
Actually, yes, because you're really close to them. So you can roll perception with advantage. Do you have any form of like vision in dim light?
Reader, let me see.
Besides your magic candles.
Besides my magic, my magic candles. I don't think I have dark vision. I always think Warforged would, but I don't believe so.
Like headlights.
Yeah, right. They're just big. And my advantage roll that was for perception, right? That was
yeah.
Let's see. That would be 23.
Perfect. Everybody else?
15.
It was almost a 19,
15.
but then it turned and it's a 3.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
a big difference.
16.
16?
I got a 9.
9? So who got above an 18? Raise your hand.
Oh.
Chad, that was a long time for you to decide.
I had to think about it.
Who got above a 16?
That we know.
Okay.
I'm just happy to raise my hand. I
know you are, Chad. Reader is the only person who notices, and perhaps because he's so close to the other Temperances, perhaps because he is engaging directly with them, but excuse me. The 3 Temperances without scarves have begun to flicker in the torchlight.
Interesting. And they're all kind of like separated off. I was like, I think Reader shares this with the group is like, my dear Temperance is over there, the non-scoffed ones. I want to break this to you gently. I think there may be something afflicting you, and you might not be the Temperance you think you are. Now, just breathe. And I want to see how they react to it.
They sort of look at you blankly, each of them holding their dagger up, like, towards you.
We'll all figure this out and sort it through, but something seems to be happening to you magically, and it's not invalidating that none of you are the real Temperance, but I think we'll need to make sure that you're okay. Please stay 6 feet away from me.
Each one of them takes a step towards you.
I would take a step back and go, now that's suspicious. That's suspicious.
Every one of you can see a fourth Temperance. The Temperance with the blue scarf also stepping towards Reader behind his back. As he steps back, she steps forward, and the rest of them also step forward in unison.
Mercy is going to rush to impose herself between Reader and the blue scarf Temperance. This is actually useful. Thank you, Ashley.
You. You're so welcome.
Okay, everybody sees 4 Temperances raise their arms up to stab.
Oh no!
Can I cast Hold Person?
Oh yeah.
Do I have time to react?
Yeah, they're not close to you. There's only one that's close to Mercy.
Okay, if I wanted to use my Dark Shadow, would that be a time to use it now?
Yeah, this would be a good time. I will tell you the person it is most like, because I don't want you to waste a Dark Shadow. The person it's most likely to work on is Blue Scarf Temperance.
Okay.
And that's the DM telling you not to waste it.
Sure. All right. Because I think I understand it correct. Okay. All right. I think Reader would kind of try to throw down if he can carry this area, especially since they already committed to it. I will use my Dark Shadow ability. Every time I think of My Hero Academia, every time I say Dark Shadow. But I would like to cast Telekinesis.
Okay.
On the blue, you said there's 3 walking to me and one I wouldn't see behind me. Can I do that in an area, or do I have to pick a target for that? I should know. By the way,
does it say that it's a creature you can see?
I'm double checking right now. Let's see. Okay. I don't need components. No need to spend inspiration. I says I can orient the area in any direction, so I was reading that as an area, as not a target. But it's a matter of the area itself.
Let me read it first. You gain the ability to move or manipulate creatures, or when you cast it, blah blah blah. Exert your will on one creature or object you can see within range. So you have to be able to see her.
For what it's worth, if Mercy was like running in between Blue Scarf and Reader, she would have said something like, "Get back from him."
Oh, like I would have seen it. Yeah. Okay. If that works for, I'll do it on the blue scarf. That's probably the most danger to me and Mercy.
Okay. Tell me about it.
I would like to throw telekinesis on the blue scarfed Mercy, blue Temperance, and see if I can throw them gravity directly up to the ceiling, like just straight up.
Yeah, the ceiling's only about 9 feet high in this area.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to go to completely flip, and so it's like I don't know if it's a space or individual target, but yeah, that one is the gravity is flipped in that area.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my gosh. What does it look like when Reader casts telekinesis, by the way?
I think he's like, in like cartoons when like someone's eyeballing like a painting or something where they're putting their thumb out and they're like, I think Reader's kind of doing that where he's like trying to size it up and then he goes, go! And then he just points at it.
I love it. Yeah. She zooms 60 feet away from you. straight up towards the ceiling, which is only 9 feet high. Roll 2d6.
Oh, okay. Oh, because she's taking damage from it?
Yeah, she's going to take bludgeoning.
Oh, it's not great.
Because you can move her up to 30 feet in any direction. So if she's going 30 feet, but it's only 9 feet to go, she's going to hit hard.
Yeah, she's going to hit hard. That was 7 damage.
7 damage is not a lot, but it is enough to make those other temperances wink out.
Yeah! I believe those were not...
Oh no, you froze mid-celebration.
Oh, sorry. I believe those were not the temperances. I've cracked the case.
Who's that, Sen?
Green Scarf Temperance will say, "That was very well done, reader."
Yes, I use the often used technique of exposing myself to the attackers, and lo and behold, it worked.
You're so brave.
Does this mean my other scarf is gone too?
No, Green Scarf Temperance is still with you.
But blue scarf is gone.
She's on the ceiling.
Oh, that's who's on the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep track of my things, okay?
This is important.
This is important. You know, I have lots of scarves, but still.
But from where she is on the ceiling, she will whip her head down at the group of you and say, "Well, I've had about enough." And she drops her major illusion and transforms into a deep bronze-skinned woman with these sort of iron wires coming out of her head as hair, and a leonin, a female lion's body that her torso is attached to. And the claws sink in and begin to claw their way along the ceiling towards the walls, toward all of you. I would like you to roll initiative.
Oh.
So suppose.
But she's cool. Do we have to?
Does she still have the scarf on her, though? Does she still
She
have the scarf?
She still has the scarf, and it's in like a really cool spot where it's like she looks like
Okay.
she's in a Lamia biker gang.
Ooh. Goodness.
Oh yeah,
Personal
she's
attack.
hot. She looks like a Noxuna Moon from the 90s. Oh yeah, I know.
I don't want to roll initiative.
I know. Every
And then
NPC
get
is
married.
hot.
Well, not all of them.
No,
Kettle,
they are.
he's dead. Thank goodness.
Kettle
Nikolai
was
was
hot.
like super gross.
That was a guest, not a NPC. That's different.
The point stands. I said what I said.
Made me spill tea on myself. You die tonight.
I mean, that's fair because the tea is expensive.
I know.
But
It's chai
we
tea.
about spilling tea here. I'm just saying.
I got a 13.
Mm-hmm. Who got higher than a 13? Oh, I guess I should roll.
No. Yeah, I got a 9 for initiative.
Okay. Who got higher than a 13? All right. Why am I pointing like you know who I'm pointing at? Lila, what'd you get?
19.
Okay. Vargas, what'd you get?
14.
14? Okay. So it is Lila top of the round. Nobody gets any surprises. Everybody's pretty much on the same page. What are we doing?
Oh, okay. I'm the top of the round. Oh, I'm not used to winning initiative. Oh, okay. Lila was kneeling by the body of Dr. Kettel, and the Lamia, well, what we're assuming is a Lamia, is on the ceiling still.
Yeah, she's on the ceiling coming for the walls. She will not be on the ground until until her turn.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, I would like to remind everyone that I don't get wall walking until level 9, so TK made sure I'm only level 8. So
Exactly that. I did exactly that.
I know. 9 feet. Can I hold my action? Because there's really not much I can do.
Okay, what's the trigger?
When she drops to the floor on her turn, I would like to give her a double punch to the face.
Before or after her action?
Before her action, please.
Okay. Yep. So we'll say when she reaches the ground or within punching range.
Within punching range, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Who are you gonna popcorn to?
Who's ready? Mercy, I guess.
Right.
Go, Mercy.
Mercy sees this creature transform and she says, "So, Spaz, I saw Sam in my vision. You killed Dr. Kettel." And she's gonna wave her arms and hold out her gauntleted hand and try to cast Levitate on the Lamia. It is a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. She got a 15, but I don't know if that's going to actually do it. Let me check and see what her... She got a 17. 15 on the die plus 2.
Nothing happens. So Mercy just kind of like shakes her gauntleted hand a little bit. Maybe she misses and levitates a rock or something. And then I'm going to popcorn to... Is anyone in particular ready to be popcorn to?
Raise your hand if you're ready.
I have a question to know if I'm ready.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How far away is she from us, like in feet? If she's on the ceiling, like how high is that? Just so I know.
That's 9 feet. It's a 9-foot ceiling. Yeah. And a Lamia is a large creature. So
Okay. So technically she'd be like, if she's above us, she'd be between like 9 and 15 feet away, I guess, like depending on where we're standing.
Yeah, because the ceiling itself is 9 feet above you.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Okay. Well then I will popcorn over to Vasily.
Okay. Vasily would like to pull out her little lightsaber looking handle that she has that she uses to cast lightning lure. And she wants to like whip out that big lightning whip, like from Iron Man, whichever, that has the lightning whip guy.
You know it's
Second
Iron Man
one.
2. It's
Oh my God,
Whiplash.
Chad! I was trying to sound cool and aloof, and you
It's
ruined it.
Mickey Rourke, my husband. My Boyd.
My
Want
bird.
my
My
Boyd.
bird. My bird.
Want my bud.
So
Sorry to blow up
that
your
i-
spot, Kayla.
No, that's fine. No, it just seemed less cool. You create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at one creature of your choice that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line toward you. So you have to succeed on a strength saving throw.
Okay, I'm ready. What's the number?
13.
All right, she got 16 plus 3 is 19.
Oh my God. Okay, so I guess I also like go to throw out the whip and it just like uselessly falls to the ground.
Who would you
We're,
like to
we're
popcorn
doing
to?
great. We're doing great.
Or
guys.
did you have anything else you'd like to do?
No, I just wanted to like stare dejectedly into the middle distance. Who's ready? I want a popcorn to Constantina, please.
Okay. Can I cast Shatter without hurting anyone? They're really
I'm gonna
low
be
on
honest.
Shatter.
You're in an underground tomb. Probably not.
But it's a radius of 10 feet.
What happens if the ceiling falls?
I mean, then I still get to do a cool thing. That does a lot.
Okay,
of
Cast it,
I'll do.
Ashley.
No.
2 levels in Warlock.
Nope. I'm gonna
Patron
cast
of your choice.
Dissonant Whispers.
Fine, I guess.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at level 3.
Fine, protect your friends.
I will.
You can't save them, Ashley.
I will try.
I will cave in on them. Rocks will fall.
The Lamia has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, what's the number?
15.
Not that it matters. So she got a 17 plus 2 is a 19.
Well, rude. Okay, then she still gets to take half of this. And I'm casting it at 3rd level, by
Okay.
the way. So that is lots of d6s. I have just enough d6s right here, including a cute little wolfy one that I think I've shown before, but there's a wolfy in it. Oh, it's blurry. Anyway, it's cool.
I don't even care. I don't even care that that's the unbalanced one because like I'm using the level up dice and they are rolling nice tonight.
Ooh,
Usually
pretty well.
my dice roll like garbage.
Okay, so that is 10 plus 12, 22 plus 4 is 26.
Okay. And she takes 13, right?
Correct.
damage. Gosh. Yeah. What do you tell Alamia to do the dissonant whisper damage?
Well, it's a discordant melody.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's just like a.
What does she hear?
The only melody I can think of is the one from Frozen 2 that the siren is like singing.
What a delight.
That's not like that's pretty.
Yeah.
It's not like I mean it's a little
She
creepy,
hears
I
it.
guess.
Well, she's evil, so she hears it and she's like, "Oh, overrated franchise."
I would also like to cast or give bardic inspiration. Oh, I'm getting low on those. To Lila, our friend who's helping.
I'd like to point out that's the first time I've ever received a bardic inspiration ever.
Bard the Bard. I mean, you're a real life bard. I'm a wannabe real life bard. I kind of play the violin. It's not very good. So, giving you credit where credit is
Better
due.
than me.
Yeah, so I will do that. And that is my turn.
Is that a D6 or D8?
It is a D8.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at the level where I can do D8s.
Wait.
Yes.
All right, who you popcorning to?
I think I should do the Monsty. But Vargas is raising his hand.
Follow your heart.
Well, my heart is with this really attractive monster that we're killing. So
She's not dead yet.
that's true. Still time to woo her. After I just put creepy songs in her head. This is how bards woo monsters.
Is this a campaign where we romance monsters? I'm cool with that.
It has not worked so far.
It is, but
Okay.
it rarely works.
Okay.
Sometimes we're also the monsters who like to be wooed, so that's more accurate to this campaign, I think. Anyway,
I think it depends on how you define monsters.
I think Constantina qualifies at this point. I'll popcorn to Vargas, and then yell, "Pick the monster afterward."
I thought I was ready, but my husband hasn't brought me a tiny bowl of Cheez-Its yet. But whatever.
What's the point of getting
I'll just
married
get
if
a
you're not getting your
divorce.
Cheez-Its bowls? Like,
Requested it 2 minutes ago. Where is it?
All downhill
Anyway,
from here, Hadeel.
I'm shoot a gun.
Okay.
Shoot a gun.
Yeah, shoot that gun.
I am going to. I'll see y'all later. I'm just gonna die. It's roll the one. Goodbye. Rip.
Yeah, you shoot that gun.
Me.
I want you to
No.
yeah, roll a d6.
No.
Actually, Lysa, roll a d6. She won't lie to me.
Oh no, you're right. Okay. 2.
You shoot yourself in the foot, Vargas.
Fair. I mean
2 damage.
Whatever. Stupid.
Maybe you're just not used to pulling it out of the holster yet. Maybe you were just surprised. Who knows? Why did you shoot yourself in the foot?
No, I mean, you're right. I definitely there's this stupid ass Vine compilation of like rednecks shooting themselves with their own guns, and it's reminding me of like some guy has like this like special holster that he bought, and he's wearing a shirt that says "Come and take it," and ends up shooting himself in the leg. Anyway, that's how I find my joy these days.
All right, fan art request. Vargas in a "Come and Take It" shirt.
Oh my god, please, Vargas and a "Don't Tread on Me," like please.
Hate it. Okay,
I
who are you
beg.
popcorning to, Vargas?
Demos D.
Don't you get 2 attacks?
I don't want another one.
Use your other attack.
why
Are
would
you
you not
sure?
attack?
Do it.
Because I just shot myself. My Cheez-Its are here.
Hey, Hadeel, you miss all the shots you don't take. That was set by
Chad, I missed the shot I did take, and I shot myself in the foot.
Technically, you didn't
True.
miss.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
try
give it a
again.
shot.
What you were aiming
Yeah,
for.
give it a shot.
I
Do
have
it.
inspiration,
You're
so
a
I'm gonna
fighter
use
now.
it.
Please fight.
Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
Okay.
17.
Nice. You do hit. So roll for damage.
Cool. Do I hit me?
Do you want to shoot yourself?
No.
Okay, well then I guess you hit the
I mean-
Lamia.
Sometimes. 3d6.
Dead to me. Why are you like this?
9 in total. 2, 3, 4.
9 in total. Nice. What's it look like? Is it super cool?
Let's be honest. No, I did just shoot myself in the foot, so
Oh,
the recovery is gonna
Nice.
be sloppy.
maybe you just pulled it out of the holster and you're just like fumbling and it's jumping in the air and you shot yourself.
It
and then you
definitely goes
accidentally
off on
shot
its
her.
own. Yeah, it has gone off on its own.
It
There's no
was-
saving this.
I'm sure it looked majestic. Who are you
It-
popcorning to? Oh,
The
sorry. what?
Monstie.
Oh, the Monstie? Dang it. All right. I guess
Nice
I'll
try,
allow it.
dum dum.
I'm the dumb. Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
no, I got
real
you.
recognize real.
Yeah, let me. Dang, I ain't got shit for spell casting. Okay, yeah. So that Lamia is going to stay on the wall about 10 feet behind all of you at the entrance to the tunnel. And she is going to try and cast a spell. And she's going to aim for the one person who has done her some serious damage today and aim for Constantina. And Constantina, you can hear. Yes, it's clearly a spell. Okay. Okay, let me look at what level this is. Okay, so what is the what are the requirements for blocking a spell above level 4? Okay. Okay, make an ability check. Okay.
Oh, heads up. They can't hear you, Lysa.
Sorry, I muted myself on this side. For those watching on chat, Mercy cast Counterspell at level 4.
Mhm.
And my ability check I rolled was 21 charisma.
Okay, so there are no level 11 spells, I don't think.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do manage to. And Constantina, you can feel like the sneakiest little tendrils of a gesh start to take hold in your mind before whatever Mercy's incantation and hand movements do block it from you.
Is she within attack range, melee attack range now?
Yes. She's no
Okay.
longer on the ceiling. She's attached to the wall.
So I assume that would trigger Lila's held action?
Yep.
Okay.
Go for it.
Lila's gonna run up to her and punch her in the face. Well, first attack is 19 to hit,
Yes.
and that is gonna be 5. Second attack is a 18 to hit.
Uh-huh.
That is a 6, so that's 11, and I'm going to spend a key point and cast Stunning Strike when I hit her in the face.
Do you have Stunning Strike or do you have Flurry of Blows?
There, I have both. I checked
Nice.
this time.
Okay.
So Stunning Strike, and so she needs to give a con saving throw of 14, which she's probably going to make.
She got 13 plus 2 for con, so 15.
Hate you. Okay, but she's gonna take
Don't
11
hate me.
damage.
Hate these amazing level up dice.
But yes, so she
She takes
gets
what?
11 damage.
11.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. What would you like to do next? Nothing?
I'm going to keep myself right there.
All
So that
right.
if she moves, I'm gonna get an attack on her.
So no moving or anything. Who's left in this round? Has everyone gone?
Reader.
Dang it. I guess I have to popcorn to Reader.
Oh, feels like I'm not getting picked last for gym class all over again.
Well, technically, you're coming in clutch here because if I'd been at the end, then I would have picked myself.
Sure. Okay. I have an idea. A question about the room. Sorry to ask about it. Is I know the ceiling's 9 feet, and
9 feet.
the lion lady Lamia is by the door.
Yes.
How wide, like how long does the room kind of go horizontally? Like how would you
It's
say?
a 30 by 30 square.
30 by 30 square. Okay. Is there any way I could like within one action essentially like bait them to an attack to then cast an attack on them? Does that make sense? Without tipping my hat too much?
What do you mean?
Well, I'd like to try to get this Lamia dislodged off the ceiling, and I want them to like pounce.
She's
at me.
on the wall now at eye level.
Oh, at the wall.
Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get the Lamia ungripped, and I know from my experience with the terrifying cat, the best thing to do is to attack you. So is there a way I can like kind of do a free action to like taunt it and then ready an attack, sort of thing?
Yeah, you can taunt it and say that you're readying an attack for it to attack you on its turn.
Sure, I'll do that. Yeah. I would like to taunt the Lamia or the lion creature and go,
Okay.
"You there, beast, you killed my dear employer, a fellow academic, and it is I, reader, that solved your mastermind of an illusion. Come at me, beast." And I just kind of do like a come at me, bro.
Okay.
Arms open.
So this is a persuasion?
I guess so. Yeah, it's probably not intimidation
it's not really
at all.
intimidation.
No, it's
like you would want them to go away. So let's roll a persuasion. I will roll against it, and I will tell you on its turn whether it works.
Okay, sure. So I roll persuasion check, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just imagine Reader as that anteater meme, the come at me, bro, anteater.
Come at me.
Oh man, I get -1 to my persuasions too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not great. Unless I have, I was a 10.
Okay. Who would you like to popcorn to for the top of the round?
So it failed on that, by the way, right? That failed.
I will not tell you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, all right. But I have my attack readied in case it does work. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I would like to popcorn back to, because she was so excited to fight. I want to popcorn back to Hadeel.
She just put like 6 Cheez-Its in her mouth.
Only 3 in there, first of all.
Just don't get mad at me, get mad at your friend.
I'm gonna do pew pew again. See how we do this one, boys. That's an 8.
TK seems forever frozen. And
Good, so I hit. Wonderful. I do
You did
69
not.
damage.
What?
Damn it.
What was the roll?
800.
Unlikely on a D20.
Mine are special. They're from Level Up Dice.
Okay. It's like you roll plus 780 to hit.
No.
Are you gonna take another shot?
Yes, actually.
Oh, are you gonna do one of your don't you have gun tricks that you can do? Trick shots?
I think so.
You sure do.
I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I do one though?
You have to spend your gunshot points. You have cool gunshot points. We'll worry about it next time. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, because it's not like a D&D Beyond thing. I just don't see how to do it in here.
That's a good point.
But wait, hold on. Yeah, I want to try and do. I'll try and do the dazing shot. It says when you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 grip point. On a hit, the creature takes damage and must make a con saving throw with a DC of 11 or suffer disadvantage on attacks. Can I try to do that?
Yeah, give it a shot.
13.
You hit it. I rolled its con save and it got a 4.
Okay, so, and I rolled the same for like the trick shots. I rolled the same amount of damage, right? Okay.
It was an 18 and then it rolled to the 4. And I was like,
It's gonna be 13.
this is how someone else feels. Man. Okay.
Yes.
So 13, and then it takes a disadvantage on its attacks now?
Until the end of their next turn, yeah.
Until the end of their next turn.
Yeah. Is there...
What would you like to do? Oh, sorry.
I'm just trying to see if there was anything in D&D Beyond of like where grit points.
Do they live where sorcery points live, which is down the action screen?
I don't see them. That's where I'm looking. Okay. We will say that Vargas had one grit point and he used it.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
His true grit point.
Session.
Yeah. But I will then end my turn and I would attempt to do the gunspinny thing, but I will shoot my own face, so I will not do that. Who's ready? I will no TK. I will Pippicorn to Mercy.
Alright, so Mercy just did that counter spell. And her gauntlet seems to be a little bit on the fritz, like it's doing tiny red sparks that then suddenly start changing colors. And she sees it powering up, and she just kind of holds it away from her towards the Lamia, and she casts Chaos Bolt at level 2.
All right, I'm ready for you to vaporize me.
Okay, so first I'll
vape that lion.
Shut up.
And that will probably hit with my +7, so an 18.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then I roll 2d8s and 2d6s. And one of the d8s will say the sparkly unicorn d8 will determine what the damage is.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Okay. So it's 11 plus 6, 17 plus 3. So 20, and it's a 4. So 20 force damage comes shooting out of her gauntlet.
All right, let me check something real quick. Oh, it has like no resistances. Cool. Okay.
I was about to say, resistant to force. I'm scared.
It's heckin' not liking it. It's very bloodied. What would you like to do?
Oh yeah, I popcorn. I'm gonna popcorn to Lila.
Okie dokie. Lila feels the chaos bolt come like flying by her head, and she's just like,
I'm sorry.
No, it was nice. It was a good job. And she will then again take 2 attacks to the Lamia's face. First attack is gonna be a 21, which hits. That's 5. Second attack is gonna be a 15, which I don't think hits.
It does hit.
Yay!
And that is 2, so that's 7 damage. And I'm going to spend another key point for Flurry of Blows to give me 2 more attacks.
Okay.
And I think there's something special with Flurry of Blows. Okay.
Vargas, you have grit points equal to your wisdom modifier. So 1.
Okay. So 1. All right.
It's 4. I'm a wise boy, okay?
Your wisdom modifier is +1. Sorry, yes, 16 works.
16 to hit.
Oh, you're right. I was looking at saving throws, sorry.
Which is 3. And a 15 again. No, I'm sorry. I've been adding 3. Oh my gosh, it's supposed to be 6. 18 to hit. I'm still hitting though, so it's okay.
Why are you apologizing?
I'm sorry.
I could have been doing so much better.
18 to hit, and that's going to be another 3. And I'm going to need it to give me a dexterity saving throw, please. DC 14.
Does the dazing... Never mind. I was going to ask if the dazing shot does anything for its saving throws. Hadeel. No? Just disadvantage. It has a 16 plus 1, so 17 on its dexterity saving throw.
That's how I feel about that. All right. Who's ready?
How much was the damage altogether?
Oh, my bad. It was another... Oh, Lysa. It was 8, 3, 5, 13. Okay, I'm going to pop. Who's ready? Is everybody ready?
Raise your hand if you're ready.
I'm gonna popcorn to Vasily.
Hooray. Vasily, being frustrated that her last attempt did not work, she wants to pull out a little vial that she shakes up and attempt to toss this vial at the Lamia and cast Firebolt.
Okay. Is this an attack? Do you roll to attack? Is that what's going on?
Typically I would do, a ranged spell attack, but I critically failed.
Oh no.
So I don't think that's gonna
So you hit a 1. Okay.
Yeah. So
this vial crashes into a pile of broken glass and liquid at your feet. Roll a d6. Okay. Ashley.
Oh.
Ashley won't lie to me.
I wouldn't lie to you either, but okay.
I know.
4.
Ashley, use your unbalanced werewolf die.
Oh,
no,
I
I'm just
didn't.
kidding.
I used my other, I got 2
yeah.
wolfy dice. This one's actually balanced, but it's got wolfy on it.
Nice. Vasily, you're gonna take 5 fire or 4 fire. Your resistance, so it's 2.
Okay. But she just kind of she hops a little bit and tries to kick it and act like that was intentional. I don't know. She's just
sand on it.
What? I don't know.
Ruh-roh. Fingers.
Okay. So who is left in this round? Constantina, Reader, and TK, right? You haven't went yet?
I sure haven't.
I'm gonna go to Reader this time.
Okay. Okay. I'm still waiting to see if the I couldn't call it the Lima. The Lamia is gonna pounce at me, but I will totally make an attack on it, I guess. Doesn't mess that up.
Wait. Oh yeah, you went at the end of last turn.
I went at the end, so now I'm back, right? I think I saw that. Okay.
Back again. Yeah. Okay. The thing is that it can't do anything until its turn.
Right, of course. Yeah, I realized that after 2 days. Like, oh yeah, depending on how long it takes for us to go to the Lamia, which is never.
Yeah, I will say that given its body language, you get the impression that it is not interested. It's more interested in stuff that actually does damage to it.
Oh, I really thought it would hate me messing up its puzzle so much. I didn't at all. Can I? All right, so I'll use one of my subclasses is insightful fighting, where I can make an insight check against them but it's contested by their deception check. So I think I need to roll. Can I roll against them?
Yes. Is that a bonus action?
It's a bonus action. Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. So I roll an insight d20.
It gets +7 to deception. So
I had a feeling it was probably pretty high.
Yeah.
That is a 17 for me.
It got a 15. So.
Okay, so I won that one, right? So now I can use sneak attack against it, regardless.
No, it's the lower number that actually wins.
What? Ah!
That's fake. Why would you believe me?
I don't know. I believe you. I was like, okay, I guess. Because
You realize
deception.
all the time, you dumb. I've never believed them.
It's like, you know what? I don't think that's right, but I'm not going to argue with the DM. So-
I'm just imagining Reader being like, tell me your secrets. And the Lamia is like, no. And Reader's just like, okay, fair.
Okay, fine, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So
Sorry.
that's fine. It's fine.
Like, my bad.
There's a reason why I made Reader really dumb, because Chad also dumb.
He's a blessing.
So
Okay, yeah, so it works.
Okay,
what do you need to know about it, or is it just advantage?
As long as I have it, I can now do a sneak attack regardless of any other normal requirements for sneak attack.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
So I will do
guess.
Yeah, I'll do an attack with my rapier, and I'm gonna see if I hit first before I talk any shit. Let's see.
No, talk shit. See if it grabs you and pulls you in for a hug.
That was an 18 to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to roll damage on it. And as I do it, I look back at Vasily. I'm like, can golems do this? And then I reach forward with my rapier.
Vasily gets the sparkly eyes.
All right, let's see.
Far superior to the messed up children I built.
All right,
gonna adopt this one.
All right. First roll, that is for damage basic, that would be 6. and then I roll 4d6 on top of that. So if anyone doesn't mind. All right, so that's 6.
Oh my gosh.
9. 10, not great. 13. Come on, big number. 6. So it's 19 damage. Piercing damage, if that matters.
It does not. So explain to me again when Reader talks mad shit to Vasily.
It wasn't shit. It was more showing off.
While not looking as he dispatches this Lamia. How cool is it?
I mean, it's kind of like in The Princess Bride how cool Carrie is. Elwes, thank you. That's right. It's like that's the maximum. This is like 60% cool.
Okay, so Inigo Montoya before he explains that he's not left-handed?
Yes. Good reference. But yeah. Because once he explains he's not left-handed, it breaks.
Oh no, it's so much cooler.
It's so much cooler. And he's really not trying to like shit talk. He's more just like, hey, I'm trying to educate about Warforged, and then show up.
It's very cool. This Lamia perishes on the tip of your blade.
Oh, and I go, for the good doctor, as I pull my
it
blade
sags down the sword and onto the floor. Everybody roll me a perception.
I think someone in chat's like Reader killed something. I don't know if I've ever killed anything before.
You've killed like so many things. One for Mercy. It's a dead monster.
I also got a crit fail for perception on that.
You kill the Lamia, Reader, and it just disappears. It vanishes.
It left. It's like a goldfish. It left the side of my mind.
It's like your game of Skyrim just glitches out and it falls through the floor, so you can't even loot it. You're just like, oh, I could have swore. Okay, who got higher than a 1?
11.
Okay, 11. Who got higher than an 11?
15.
What'd you get, Constantina? 15? 15 is enough to see as this Lamia falls to the floor and glitches out. That its body collapses into the sand. You see a beaded chain with half of a black ankh on it, on the necklace.
Oh.
Can I grab it? To study, not to like wear.
I don't know, Constantina. Can you? No, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I've been in quarantine. Just let me have this. Yeah, you can grab it if you'd like.
Like I want. The only reason I'm going for it is because my split-second decision is that it might be useful to us. What do I roll?
What are you rolling for?
I don't know. I'm just trying to. Oh, I thought it was on the body as it was like disappearing.
No, it's not really disappearing.
Oh,
I'm making
okay.
fun of Chad.
I was confused.
I'm bullying. I'm bullying people.
I feel bullied.
Good.
I don't like it. It
Cry.
brings back bad memories, TK, of being bullied. Yeah, well, I would like to just gently.
Okay. You touch it?
At it. No. I'm not going to do that.
Sorry, it's one of my favorite things to say.
Oh, maybe you'll have a vision. Remember we found that other half of a black ankh. Is it like
Maybe
the
you'll
same
get-
half, or does it look like it matches?
If Mercy examines it, if Constantina points it out,
Mercy
she will
saw
see that it
shit.
does look. Mercy, you're not even in the same
No,
room.
well, Mercy
anymore.
like immediately goes to like, oh, it's dead, and immediately starts like drawing a circle in the sand, and she's like chanting and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. It's bleeding out all over the place.
Yeah.
And it needs a very big circle. This thing's the size of a horse with a person attached to it.
Lila will gently remind Mercy about the whole "this room is consecrated already" thing, because I don't know if that makes a difference for your magic. I don't do magic, I just punch things.
Constantina, are you gonna take the ankh?
Sorry, I was sneezing.
No, you're okay. Bless you, you sweet
I-
angelfish.
Thanks. I would like to cast Mage Hand and just kind of like lift it up. 'Cause
Okay, so
I yelled at everyone else about touching things, and it seems hypocritical to just go start poking things.
So you pick it up?
Yes, with my Mage Hand, not with
Okay.
my real fingies.
All right, you loot this dead body in this consecrated temple. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just feeling
You
sassy
gotta
today.
own it. Vargas didn't give a shit. I'm just saying. He's like, I'm gonna steal this big old jewel. I don't care.
I don't know, man. I had a Mountain Dew before I got on here. It's just I'm feeling punchy.
I've been around you when you've had Mountain Dew.
All right, so your mage hand deposits this beaded necklace in your hand, and the cool dark stone hits the palm. You feel a sensation like this is your room.
I don't think that this would be my room because I don't really like places with the windows and the tunnel.
It is your room. It's lit up exactly like your room, and your handmaidens are pacing back and forth. They're combing your long hair, anointing your forehead with oils. This is your room. This is the room that your wife had built for you.
So romantic. And I have handmaidens, so okay, I'll take it.
This is the room that your wife had built for you to die.
Oh.
Continue the rest of your days at their side.
Okay. Well, it keeps going back and forth from being cute and romantic to bad.
It's your station. It is befitting of the wife of a god king.
So am I just kind of like feel this somehow innately when I'm like manipulating this?
Yeah,
amulet?
you have this in your hand, half of the amulet that they themselves wear. But you haven't seen them for some time, and you think perhaps you had a falling out. You don't remember. But you know this room is safe. And if you wanted to rest here, you could, now that the guardian of this room is dead.
Okay. Well, I glean that information, but then I want to put the amulets back down, and I'm like, oof. I had like a weird vision. No, that was really a vision, more of like a feeling. But I think this place is okay for us to kind of relax in if we need to rest. I don't think I would stay here too long, but it seems, I don't know, I had this like weird, kind of almost like a memory. I'm just like speaking to whoever's near. I don't even know who's near me right now.
Lila looks at her and says, like the one that Mercy had upstairs?
I'm assuming so. It seems that when we touch the artifacts in this place, it conjures up the memories, the history of whatever this used to be.
You touched an artifact? Where?
I mean, I used my mage hand, and I like picked it up, so I didn't like touch it with my own hands. But I think what happened to you also happened to me, but in a little bit of a different way. So it seemed like you learned something about this place when you touched it, right?
Yes, I felt like I was one of the people who lived here, or died here, rather.
That was kind of what I just felt now too. It was like I knew that this place was familiar. It was like my room, and it seemed like I had some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of falling out with my spouse who had built this place for me. I don't know. It was like a roller coaster of emotions. It was quite the story. It was like romantic, and then it got bad again, and then I just felt lots of weird things. But I did learn that I think that we defeated the main threat in here. So if we wanted to take some time to rest, we could probably do it here safely.
I think we should. Vargis, your foot is bleeding. What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Vargas, was that
It was Vasily's fault, probably. I don't know.
It's radiant damage, so it's actually smoking.
It's like glowing.
Yeah, it's a laser, so it's actually like smoking, and the wound is cauterized.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's like a nice clean hole. I mean,
Scorch
you
marks.
have a nice little circular scar, so that's good, right?
Mercy sees the ankh that you put back down on the ground. She says, "Is this what you touched?"
Yeah, I mean,
It looks, and she just picks it up with her hand. It looks just like Sivana gave Vargis look. Do they look like two halves that match up, like a friendship necklace?
They do look like two halves, but when you pick it up, Mercy, you don't get the sensation that Constantina did, or that you did the first time you touched yours. Whatever residual memory was trapped in this is gone.
Fartkeys, get yours.
I dig it out and I want to like
Wonder
Captain
Twin
Planet it.
powers
Yeah.
activate.
Yeah, we put the two halves together.
Click. Yeah, you hear a very satisfying sound.
It's cute.
Other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
Question for about the room itself. I know the doctor faded away, but was
when you say faded away, do you mean into the underworld or
I meant
as an illusion?
They clipped from the into the ground.
No, the doctor's body is still there and the Lamia is also still there.
I would like to check the doctor's body because I saw the doctor stealing artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, or at least I saw a doctor stealing artifacts when they came in this room. Are any of those trinkets still there? Are they on the body? Can I check for those?
There are no trinkets on the body, but if Temperance sees you going through Temperance, the woman you all forgot about who could have been eaten by a Lamia, but luckily you were there. If she sees you going through like his pockets, she'll pat her satchel on the side and say, "Oh, don't worry, I have the artifacts with me."
And what do you think, the new leader of this expedition, Temperance, that we should do with those artifacts?
Me?
I think you're the best equipped of any of us to lead this expedition.
Oh, well, I couldn't do that. And she takes both hands and adjusts her big round glasses. I haven't filed any of the paperwork. I don't have the proper permits. I mean, everything's in Dr. Kettle's name.
A reader takes his book of crimes and holds it up and is like, listen, I'm a big as fan of paperwork as you, but sometimes it's just going to weigh you down. You gotta lead the study. There's knowledge here, and we need you, Temperance. I've watched you in the lab. You studied this case up and down, left and right, like the back of your hands.
I don't know. I just don't know. I could do it without filling out all the proper forms.
Lila would walk up to this conversation, and she recognizes that Temperance is more likely than Dr. Kettel was to treat the artifacts of the civilization she belongs to with more reverence. And she just puts her hand on Temperance's hand on the satchel and says, Temperance, it is much easier to ask forgiveness than fill out paperwork.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I'm very fast.
I believe you should listen to me.
Make an intimidation roll.
Crap. Oh no. Where's intimidation over there? It's not. It's only a 13.
A 13, Temperance kind of slides her shoulder out from underneath your hand and it's just like, I don't know. This seems like an awful big deal. Will the group of you be staying the night?
I could use a rest.
I, as the DM, say it's safe.
Okay.
Lila, as the person who took all that necrotic damage.
Yeah?
And the decreased temporary hit points would like
yeah,
to...
I forgot about that.
She'd like to fix those hit points, thank you.
Yeah, I think we should rest, especially if there are things more dangerous to face.
I agree. Especially if we're gonna need some time to pep talk Temperance, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does not seem interested in going much further with the expedition at this moment. So the room that you are in, illuminated by this torch that is beginning to breathe its last few breaths, it is 30 feet across in every direction, cubic. You can see pillars have toppled over and urns have been covered in sand but are intact. Nobody has been in this room for what appears to be centuries. Because of that, you are unsure how that Lamia survived so long. There is a sarcophagus inlaid with ivory and gold that sits at the back of the room, displayed on a dais. Other than that, the room is empty. How do you pass the time?
Lyla, having spent all her time in the temple and around some of the religion, would like to quietly go and right the urns and make sure that it looks a little more neat. Because if this was the room that Constantina saw, it was used for, religious purposes, ritual purposes. And then she'd like to sleep.
Mercy is going to walk over to Vargas and say, Vargas, are you sure your food is okay? I think some rest will help you.
I've had better days. But at least, actually, there's nothing else.
I know.
There's nothing else I have to say.
I know it's been a hard few days for you. Are you feeling okay emotionally, Vargas?
Nobody ever asks. Nobody ever asks about me, Mercy. Nobody ever asks. And he just proceeds to have a meltdown. He's pulled out 3 Beanie Babies at this point, and he'll go and sit with Mercy and show her the hole in his foot that's there.
Oh no! Mercy's gonna take one of the Beanie Babies and kind of put it in front of her face a little bit and gesture with the tiny arm, so it's like the Beanie Babies talking to Vargas.
This is the reality I deserve.
I think you're gonna stuff the wound with the Beanie Babies, but I thought you were gonna say.
And Mercy's going to say, actually, Vargas, I had something I wanted to ask you about. So this might be a strange question, but do you remember that time we were on an island and we met Mortenheim and we found out that he was Vasily's father? And
we totally killed him, right?
And then we melted him, yes.
Yeah.
We did it together. It was a fun group activity, and then Vasily hated me, and I thought she forgave me, but Constantina and I discovered Vasily doesn't remember. But that happened, right?
I feel like that is something that has been burned on the inside of my eyelids, so yes. I mean, when you see a person melt, it's kind of hard to get over that,
I thought it was pretty memorable too.
Maybe she is. I'm no psychoanalyst. Perhaps she's having one of those things where you forget a horrific memory, you go to a party and you notice that your drop flop fly is undone, and then a woman laughs at you, and then you have to leave the party, and then you leave the entire town. This is an example not pulled from real life, but similarly.
You're very imaginative. That is so realistic.
Yes. I imagine it's a common occurrence for the underclass or something.
Maybe, but I went into her head with magic. And I went through all her memories that were very cute. It was like a lab. We saw these little vials, and one vial was her memory of Mortenheim, except he wasn't there. It was someone totally different.
Do you have any, sexy memories in there?
Vargas, gross. That is
okay,
what you're talking about.
We'll table that one for later. Maybe she did a science to herself?
I'm
unsure.
Worried. I think we should talk to her, but I think it has to be all of us. If she is to believe us.
I agree with you, but I also feel like she will be angry, and she has scary eyebrows that when she's angry, and she will feed hers to one of her abomination children.
They're always trying to eat me anyway.
They really are, aren't they? They are just horrid things.
We should make Constantina stand in front, and if Vasily gets angry,
yes.
Maybe Constantina can do a Verjackal thing.
Oh, yeah, that sounds perfectly fine. I was just going to be just to get through Constantina before she gets through us, but yeah, that sounds perfectly fine.
Okay, we will do it, and we need to convince Constantina to stand in front of us.
Or what we could do, we don't have to convince, because she's a good person, we could just step behind her. You're just a little one of these. Just a little.
Okay, we will stand in a line, And then you and I will step back at the same time, and Constantina will be in front.
This is perfect.
Okay, good. How big is this room? Can Constantina hear us?
It's 30
I
by
have really
30,
good
so I guess it really actually.
They're like little werejackal
Constantina
ears.
does have good hearing. She has advantage.
She's
on
just standing right
perception.
next to us, like I'm right here.
Yeah, she's like, it was actually all three of you in this corner, and she's like, what the. But it's 30 by 30. If you're whispering, she probably can't. But if you are talking at normal volume, she could probably hear you talking, but not what you're talking about.
Okay. I feel like we're probably whispering because we don't want Vasily to hear. Yet.
Oh, Vasily's still just like sparkle-eyed, like over Reader killing that. And like, oh my god. Keeping her cool, but standing very unusually still.
All right, roll
like,
to keep your cool.
I feel like Vasily has, like, what are they called? Calipers? Where she's just like...
She's
still
like
taking
measuring his
measurements.
head.
Yeah, she has been. She has been the whole time. Is this just a straight D20? Do I get a modifier on this to keep my cool?
Do deception to keep your.
Oh my god! I rolled a nat 20. I'm not kidding.
Wow, did not keep your cool about keeping your cool, but
yeah. All right, let's all do dabs. Wait, can we say
that's
that?
like the only good roll I've gotten tonight for some reason. Woo!
All right, well, I'm really proud of you for dropping a firebolt on your foot, but getting a nat 20 to keep from sweating.
Yeah, for once.
To hold,
I didn't
to not
sweat.
spill your spaghetti. Roll 20. Yeah.
Spilled my spaghetti this
Yeah,
time.
you're very cool about it. Nobody would suspect that you're not cool.
Yeah, nice.
You
Even
did it.
Vargas thinks you're cool for like a hot minute. Like, oh, that's really cool of that. That's Wayne.
It's like when Boyle wore those low-waisted jeans. Gina's watching like, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm binging Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I love my
Not
favorite
sponsored.
BM.
Hashtag not sponsored. All right.
Mercy is going to, unless other people have other things they want to do, try to like get everyone to hang out in a nice circle together, and she's gonna like pass out rations.
Fireside.
Yeah. No fire though, because like, wouldn't it get all smoky or something in the tomb?
We all just pass out from carbon dioxide.
Yes, I guess it would.
I only know that
real
because I
smart
built a
about-
tomb in Animal Crossing, and I put a little fire in there, and everyone who walks into that room makes fun of me.
Yeah, it's real horrible. The
But
only way out of
aesthetic.
this room was like the little tunnel. So like I'm not annoyed that you guys are finding the issues before they're actually showing up. But like in a way I'm proud.
How did Vargas die? He died from lack of oxygen doing whippets in a safe.
Well, also I think that the pyramids typically had air shafts.
Not in this one, they don't.
Oh, okay.
Not in TK's version.
No, they only have the death of my place.
In fact,
It's actually
there's
pumping
no air
in-
shafts,
yeah,
and we're
it's
running
pu-
out of oxygen.
It's pumping in carbon
Right now.
monoxide all the time. It's just constantly.
But yeah, they did have like airways and stuff. But yeah.
Lila will sit down in the circle as directed by Mercy and take her rations and look up, and she goes, "Are we going to have to sing? I don't want to sing in a circle."
No. No.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to sing, you can.
I do not want to sing.
Okay.
I do not sing well.
Mercy's passing out like crackers with little slices of like aged cheese and like a hand fruit to everybody. Like an apple or something.
Is this left over from the blue apron?
Yeah, I feel like it's
Pinafore?
Azure Pinafore box.
Wait,
like
Yeah.
never
there's
leftovers.
fruit. You gave Lila fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, Lila's gonna pass her fruit to Vasily.
Oh, you give it to
I figured
Vasily's.
you were like next to me. I don't know.
Oh, Vasily's
Like
very
between
surprised.
me and Reader, because you seemed impressed by both of us at one
Oh
point.
yeah, she's
so.
just been staring at him. She actually sat down probably between the two of you because she wants to see if he eats real food. So she just kind of like is a little surprised that someone gave her something and just kind of like looks at it and then looks over at Reader just like and stares at him to see if he eats food.
Just
I-
smishes it into his
Yeah,
chassis
That's
grill.
actually what Reader normally does. He wants to finish. He usually tries to mash like once against his mouth just to like fit in. And then
What a
he's like,
delight.
He's like, well, seems like once again I can't ingest things. Would anyone like my Lunchables? And I pass.
Temperance takes the Lunchables and also like wipes your mouth with a hanky.
Oh, thank you.
She then like looks over your shoulder and like stares daggers at Bosley.
Can I sit next to Temperance?
Yeah.
I want to sit next to her and be like, how you doing?
Drama.
Why don't we all go around and share our favorite stories of the good doctor?
I don't like. No, actually.
I'd
He's
actually
dead.
rather sing. Can we sing instead?
Sure, I could play some music, and I'm gonna take out my violin.
Can I try and yawn and put my arm around Temperance?
Yeah, you want to roll a persuasion or a deception? Or an intimidation?
No, it wouldn't be intimidation.
Okay,
Hold on a
so
second.
deception or persuasion?
I want to see which one's better. Hold on.
It's probably persuasion because you have actor.
No, I'm gonna go with deception because persuasion I have disadvantage. So
Nice.
in deception I have +7.
Oh, that's right. You absolutely have disadvantage in persuasion. I forgot.
Hold on. Gotta do some quick math. What's 18 plus 7? That's 25.
25.
Okay, you avoid accidentally punching her in the face when you yawn.
Yeah.
And she really thinks that you're tired, but she also thinks that you're man-spreading. So she will scooch away from you closer to Reader.
Will somebody please Photoshop that cosplay of me as Vargas onto the cover of a Tucker Max book? Thanks.
Oh my! Why'd you make me remember Tucker Max?
Because if I can't forget, neither can you.
Oh.
Welcome to hell, Chad.
I thankfully don't
I hope
know
they
what
serve
it is,
beer
and
in
I will
hell.
never know.
Haha.
Not even Google it. We just Photoshop Vargas on the New York subway, just like spread out.
Yes.
Yeah, like she thinks that you're tired and stretching and not like trying to get close to her, but she also thinks that you're like rude. So
I mean, I am.
she just like scoots away from you.
Oh. Well, whatever.
I think Reader's trying to boost Temperance's self-esteem a little bit, and he's like pulling out any of his charts and like, Temperance, I believe we should update our maps of the tomb based on our new discoveries. Would you like to take the lead? You know this tomb better than any of us. He's just really laying it down, like a supportive dad, just really trying to help.
I suppose that's true, but I'd really feel better if we had 3 to 4 other peers here to really sign off on some of my changes.
Well, I think these are 3 to 4 peers right here, and Reader references, these are the best of peers.
Vargas sees that something is going to be asked of me. He's like, I can't read.
Temperance like gives Reader like a come the fuck on look. Like
I could technically be called an expert in hierarchy temples.
See? Right there. And I've read quite a few books. That means I'm a doctor. That's 2 of us.
Temperance
I'm
gives
sorry,
you a
did
look
you-
like
Did you say
And then-
I've read several books, so I'm a doctor? I just want to make sure that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wondering.
yeah. Temperance will go over the maps with you after some needling.
Thank you.
Vasily.
Don't forget to mark the room with the bugs with little tiny human faces.
Ah, good
Oh,
point.
cute. You should draw some. Adorable. But
Temperance
sorry, I got
tries.
distracted. Vasily, how are you doing VC expedition?
Vasily like tears her creepy staring gaze away from Reader and kind of looks over at Mercy and like clears her throat. I mean, I'm doing fine now that Kettle's gone. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I saw you burned your foot.
No, I didn't. It's fine.
Are you sure it's still on fire
Oh,
a little bit?
No, I'm totally fine. She like sits on her foot.
I have something strange I wanted to bring up, but Vasily, do you trust me?
Well, yeah.
Well, I know when we were at the Green Hats hideout, we were talking about that time we met Mr. Mortenheim, Dr. Mortenheim, and I hate to bring this up, but we melted him, and he might have been your father, but we just found out
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't know why you keep bringing this awful joke up. It's not funny. I will laugh for your benefit, Mercy, because you are one of the only people I care about. But
Vasily.
it's not funny, and he's not dead. You can't kill Mordenheim. You can't. It's adorable, but you can't.
Mercy she puts her hand on Vasily's arm. Vasily, it's not funny because it's not a joke, and I need you to believe me, but I think something has happened to your memories.
I think something might have happened to your memories. Did you ever consider that? Because I know what's logical here.
Oh, snap.
Mercy is going to turn to the rest of the circle and say, please raise your hand if you remember that time we melted Dr. Mordenheim. And Mercy raises her hand.
I'm playing my violin for some ambient music, but I kind of raise my elbow as I'm playing. I'll tip up my bowstring a little bit.
Mercy gives Vargas a stern look.
Vargas scoots a little bit farther away, so he's closer to Constantina, and just goes.
Raises a little thingy. Vasily, all of us remember the same thing except for you.
Yeah, I mean, she just kind of shakes her head and she's like, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't believe it. I know what I remember, and it could very well be that someone got into your heads and not mine.
It could have been you, Vasily. You're smarter than all of us. We've been jumping through time and through these domains. Is it possible that something happened to you?
Vasily thinks very critically for a second and tries to remember, and she remembers when she went back in time and we went to Claudia's party, and she remembers sending herself a letter, but I don't know how she would remember the in-betweens exactly.
You remember sending yourself a letter from Claudia's party, but you don't remember why.
Okay. Yeah, so she just remembers, she's just I know that there was something I wanted to tell myself back then, so I sent myself a letter.
You remember that you have the letter with you, but you don't remember what it said.
Yeah, it must not have been that important.
Vasily, you sent yourself a letter in the past?
Yeah. Why wouldn't anyone want to do that if they could fix their mistakes?
Of course that would change things, and you don't remember what it said? Isn't that strange to you?
Weirder things have happened to me, oddly enough. So, no. But, I mean, it's fine. You didn't kill Mordenheim. That's not possible. We are fine. Everybody's fine. That one guy's dead now, which is great. We've met Reader, who is great, and these other people.
You have to believe me, Vasily. I don't know how to fix this if I don't have your help.
I don't think there's anything to fix. I'm fine.
Mercy is going to just abruptly grab Vasily's head and lean her forehead against it and try casting Detect Thoughts again. She wants to get back into Vasily's head.
If she does that, is she allowed to target what she's seeing, or should I give her another memory?
What do you mean? What are you asking me?
Is she allowed to target a specific memory that she's trying to do, or should I give her one of Vasily's, give her a memory?
Does Detect Thoughts only work on surface memories?
It does at first, and then I can delve deeper. Essentially, Mercy's trying to get back into that place where she's in Vasily's head, where all of her memories are organized like a little science lab, and she remembers that one vial had looked like cloudy and messed up. And she's freaking out and wants to get back in there to find it and see just what Vasily's head looks like now.
Okay. Vasily, what's the filing system look like on your surface memories? Surface thoughts and surface memories.
Well, I know that Lysa described them as vials, and some of them were cloudy. So I would think that if, as she went deeper, she kind of moves through like a very carefully. I would think like the first level is vials, and then the second level, when you go deeper, is like a library card filing system, like rack. And those get deeper, and maybe some of those drawers look a little moldy and weird.
Mercy, as you enter this filing system, you have a sense of what to expect, but the lab is not as you left it. It's different now, more organic, more visceral, less clean science, and more a surgical laboratory. As opposed to vials of chemicals and interesting liquids, you see preserved jars. Dehydrated remains. You have a sense of where the memory is. You could find it. So I do need you to roll to delve deeper.
Okay. And what sort of roll is this?
What does it say in the spell?
Well, usually the spell, Vasily would make a roll.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A wisdom saving throw.
Vasily, make a wisdom saving throw. What's the DC?
Oh, sorry, 15.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. It doesn't take you very long to find it then. It's different, but it feels the same. Vasily, what is the memory that she selects?
Ooh, can I make her roll to see which one she gets?
What do I roll?
A D4.
Okay. A 3.
Okay. So the memory that Mercy selects is one that she actually was not present for, but she heard about it after the fact, I'm pretty sure. It was Pandora's last night, because I think you had left that night. But it presents itself kind of in a similar way, but in that you had left, things were quiet, but instead of Vasily being in the room where Pandora was explaining everything about herself, Vasily is in a room late. It's very, very late at night, and she's just poring over this like massive tome that Mercy has never seen before. And you can feel that she's like incredibly frustrated, and that she can't seem to remember details of spells from that morning. Like she's just like not remembering things properly and getting very frustrated. But she's not in the room with Pandora and Constantina and Vargas, as was described to you.
And yet you know that this is where that memory is supposed to be.
Like maybe you can hear Pandora from like the adjacent room, like can kind of hear that chatting going on.
Mm-hmm. Mercy just starts going through everything as long as the spell lasts for her, which is just a minute. So okay. I feel like, does she get like one memory in a minute? That probably makes sense.
I feel like she could probably go through them quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like just pouring through everything. So whatever you want to give me, Kayla.
Okay. So maybe she reaches over and like pulls out another weird looking drawer or vial or whatever. And there's Vasily getting breakfast. And you remember it's people, the group never really ever gets breakfast, like a nice breakfast. So you probably know that this was supposed to be the breakfast with Constantina, Juniper, and Yarrow, because it's the only time that's ever happened.
Mm-hmm. She remembers Vasily complaining about that.
Right. But Vasily is instead sitting across from a drow matron who has a fresh face like a sky full of stars. And Vasily is discussing the future of this woman's 3 daughters. And they don't ever give the daughters names, but they are kind of like speaking of them vaguely. And what these 3 daughters are going to do when Vasily employs them. And Vasily is like kind of trying to wheedle her way into also getting the woman's son. And she's kind of like picking at it and trying to convince her. And as you pull out another drawer, you see Vasily kind of entering or falling into the mists where she fell into with Thaddeus and Sybil when they were trying to escape from where Jackal Constantina. And she's actually, instead of hitting the ground and having that awful moment where she thinks of Mercy as an experiment and all that stuff, she's trying to enter the mists and wandering, and she just keeps getting spat out in different places and wandering through the mists. And you can just feel her get incredibly frustrated and thinking, why does this keep failing? Why does this experiment keep failing? Why can't I break through and leave Darkon? I must leave Darkon. And she's just like repeating this in her head. And you see, you have time for one more drawer. And this one you pull out, and it's very familiar to you. It's when Mercy broke her gauntlet. And instead of Mercy doing so willingly, the gauntlet just gets shattered by like trying to take on a fireball, one of those fireballs in the deserts. So the fireball hits the gauntlet and it explodes.
When Mercy kind of comes to, Vasily, you feel that your face is all wet because Mercy has been crying these silent tears. And she kind of looks in your face and whispers, "You're not my Vasily, you're somebody else. Everything's wrong, everything's changing." And she just kind of wraps herself around Vasily and kind of stifles sobs in her shoulder.
Vasily kind of like does not know how to respond to that, but she kind of puts her arms around Mercy and pats her on the back, and she's like, I feel fine, but I don't know what to do to make you feel better. Feelings.
Yeah, I know, right? And Mercy just kind of turns to Vargas and Constantina with this hopeless look and just says, "Everything in her head is changing. Everything is different. I don't know what to do."
Does Mercy explain the memories that she saw to her companions?
Yeah, she'll start explaining, like, I remember Vasily told me this. Like, maybe she describes the evening with Pandora and her explaining her secrets. But in her head, I see this, and, like, explains each memory.
Constantina and Vargas.
I will stop playing my violin.
You've just been playing the whole
Records
time. You just hear like
I've been playing some like
It's just a
lo-fi,
trombone sound.
for relaxing. But yeah, I will stop and put it down. So it wasn't that I was like not listening. I just was kind of like that's how Constantina rests.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. I mean, there's probably some sort of like magic that we can research about. I mean, we know magic affects people's minds and psyche. Like, perhaps something happened that we can find the remedy to.
Vasily wrote a letter to herself in the past. I think something happened and now she's changed time. I don't know how to undo that.
Well, maybe it
Leslie
doesn't
would
need to
write a
be
note to herself.
Fergus. You're a nerd. Maybe it doesn't need to be undone. What's so bad about whatever I chose to fix? Whatever it was, I wanted to fix it, and I guess I fixed it. Something's different.
This is my fault.
I don't think it is. I mean, we've had some issues with time for, a while now. Like, we're all being affected by this changing in time. This has never happened to me when I would travel through the mist. Otherwise, all this Dana would be, our lives wouldn't really make any sense if time always happened that way. So I think that we just need to find the root of the problem. And
you think so? We can fix it?
Well, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think that we should try. What alternative do we have? We all need to get out of this weird time jump anyway. Like, we can't live our lives like this,
I'm just worried because Facily, I vented into your head when we were at the Green Hand just earlier today. And it wasn't like this. So much has changed just in hours. What if you completely change? What if you disappear?
Do Constantina and Mercy know that Vasily drank the phylactery?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody was present for that.
Do they know what it is though?
Yeah, they know it's a phylactery.
Oh.
Yeah, because
I don't know, maybe
Lady
something.
Sheree told us.
Shotgun to Dark Lord's phylactery. Probably
bunny
something
juice.
to do
True,
with it.
you also did that.
What?
Well, maybe that's it. I mean,
Maybe it's an allergic reaction, so
You
we get
can't just-
hives.
you can't just drink a phylactery and expect things to not be weird. So that's probably it.
Maybe she has syphilis.
Not everything
Vargas.
is syphilis, Vargas. Stop
Just
bringing up
because that's what you're
syphilis.
familiar with doesn't mean you can say everybody has it.
I mean, it's very common. I don't.
You maybe.
Then you,
Not for me,
your
probably
nose
for
and it's
Nikolai,
weird.
but if you're, putting your ears to the ground in the park and you hear footsteps, maybe perhaps it's people and not owlbears, is what I'm saying.
That did not.
I'm
make
trying
any
to make a
sense.
fantasy
about?
version of Oxum's razors. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay, I appreciate
Work.
Lila and Rita, what are you thinking about right now? I assume you're still in this circle.
I think readers leaned it over to Lila going, did they say something about a time jump?
I heard somebody drank a phylactery. That does not sound like a good idea.
No, it does not. I also
No,
want
it
to.
doesn't. And we are in here with them.
I wish to inform them about the rate of infection of syphilis, because that also seems to be a thing, but
I mean,
it
it's
doesn't
very
seem like the
common.
moment.
Quite common.
You were
But,
saying constant. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But they're definitely not as unadventured as I thought they were. But
Same,
seriously,
agreed.
who drinks a phylactery?
At least without not having a control group.
I mean, and
Would
whose
you-
phylactery? I'm like, Lila is very stuck on this because it's just grossed her.
You know what? It's a very good question. I feel like a lot of thought could have gone into that.
Not really time though.
Who cares
true.
who's phylactery?
That's true. You're absolutely gonna
Or
get
some
eaten.
lesser wizard. It doesn't matter.
But it's more like
Somewhere.
Lila thought these were just, kind of like with Dr. Kettle, those kind of.
Mhm.
Joke's on you.
And she's sitting there going, I might have to reevaluate the strange person who collects human-faced bugs in a jar.
I mean, if anything, that's the closest to academic study that any of this group have done.
I mean, she also keeps trying to measure your head with calipers.
That's
Have
not
you
true. I've been
noticed?
in a lab. I've studied many things. I'm a scientist now.
No, Vargas, I don't think that's how science works.
I mean,
Um,
Rita read a few books. She's
Yeah,
a
well, if
doctor.
this chap can read a few books, then if I've been in a lab more than 20 minutes, then I'm a scientist now.
But do you have a certificate? And Reader holds up a certificate he just drew himself that just says
doctor of books that he just like wrote.
Maybe
Book
I
books.
do somewhere. It's just not here.
It's got a stethoscope on it.
I have one. I can't find it right now.
If I
still
could,
get it.
yeah, I'm assuming so. Yeah, Reader and Lila, we heard this conversation without really knowing the full story of. Maybe this would be helpful at all as talking about losing track of time and something. I'm big into journaling. Would you all like to start a journal with me?
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'd
like a
to read
bujo?
too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my notebook, but it's kind of a hot mess. It has like things like stuck into it, and there's lots of. It's mostly songs and like documentation from our travels and stuff. But it's like folded bursty, and it's like a leather wrapped journal.
Vargas also has a journal, and it's like mostly, "Dear diary, today Vasily was mean to me, and it was very unkind."
I think that is a good idea for you to grab a journal and at least chronicle what you know. That's me as the DM, like speaking outside of the.
I think Reader's kind of like he's not trying to point at Vasily, but clearly he's like making sure that Vasily like hears it. Is like I have found in my adventures of jumping across dimensions and planes and all sorts of material planes, is that it's just good to help retract what I've been doing every day, but I don't also go back to the journal. I don't linger on the old pages. I enjoy what I've done back there, and I cherish the memories I've written down for future generations. But I always look forward to the next page. You know, it's the next day you get to write towards.
Vasily
Nerd.
just kind of like stares a little bit and is like,
I now have this image in my mind that friggin' Vargas has like an Erin Condren planner. Like the really fancy ones that like housewives love.
Mercy's is a Lisa Frank.
Actually, you know, I
good.
feel like Mercy would have an Erin Condren because they're like very, like there's stickers involved
very precise.
and there's like inserts.
well, Vasily just kind of shakes her head and is like, I don't have short-term memory loss or anything. I would like to see your journal though, Reader. But I don't think that is what I need. I think I'm fine.
Vargas goes up to Vasily and goes, "What color are my eyes? What are they?"
Vasily,
See, you don't
like,
remember.
Vasily like shoves him because he got too
Oh.
close.
So
You're
she
asking the
doesn't
girl who
remember.
also drew your portraits, by the
Yeah,
way.
I know. I'm just like looking at the screen. Red.
They're red and they've always been red.
Yeah. Yeah, red. You have red eyes, Vargas. I've had to look at you for so long now. Of course I'm gonna remember.
3 whole weeks.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Ugh. God,
Gross.
she gags.
So, is there anything else we'd like to discuss as we wind down for the evening?
One observation. Is anyone else concerned that there's a missing doctor that we followed down here that we have not seen since?
I forgot about that guy.
I'm pretty sure it was the Lamia that changed her form.
Was it? Okay, it was the Lamia. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
I am 99% sure, Reader. You can chronicle that in your journal.
I will start doing it. And I look at see.
Roll an insight check, Reader.
Yeah, please. Okay, I'll do that. I thought that was one of the Temperance clones. That's why I got confused.
No, go ahead.
Well, she would have been able to change form.
You're right. It's very smart. 14 plus insight plus 5, 19.
Oh yeah, it was
Ooh.
the Lamia clone. I was
Okay.
kind of hoping you'd whiff it.
There's a doctor out there. We gotta go.
It's Constantina.
Well, and also, I mean, Lila's the only one who is from Harakir. She would kind of know that the Lamias can do this.
Sure.
Thing, like mythologically at least. But she kind of actually would like to say, but I don't know, Reader. Maybe it wasn't the Lamia.
Interesting. You saying who killed the good doctor?
Maybe we're remembering everything wrong.
This
Are you
breaks
sure
Reader's
your
brain.
journal is correct?
Is everyone making fun of me? Mercy
No,
nods.
I'm making fun of his journaling.
No, I will, that is a good question. I will start with a full audit of my records. And he flips back to the very first page of his first day of his journal that goes, day 1, I am born.
Reader, not out loud. Not again, please.
Okay, day 1, I am born. He's like reading out loud to himself, but it's like kind of whispered the whole time. He just starts going through.
I've made a huge mistake.
Mercy doesn't keep a diary, but she does write letters to her family that she never sends. They're all just like stacked in her bag. So she'll sit down and start writing a letter.
Anyone else?
Vasily wants to go sleep next to the weird, like there's a sarcophagus, right, in this room?
There sure is.
Yeah, she's gonna go sit next to that. So she wants to like look at it next time.
Okay.
Drink the fluid.
I know, she wants to
sarcophagus
drink the
fluid.
mummy juice.
Don't drink the mummy. Do you
It's gotta
never
be-
learn?
Please do not drink.
One per episode. Somebody's got to drink something that's ridiculous.
Drink it.
No.
Just a little sippy.
No.
With a little Cheez-It.
Dippy dippy.
Anybody else? All right.
Just for giggles, as Lila is getting ready to go lay down and she sees Vasily by the sarcophagus, which does concern her mildly, given the interesting regard that Vasily has had so far for things in this tomb. She will walk over and say, it's probably best not to sleep directly next to it. It's just a thing. And she'll reach out and put her hand on Vasily's shoulder.
Vasily is going to be a little off put by that and wants to remove Lila's hand, but also acknowledges that Lila could definitely kick her ass. So she just kind of nods slightly and like shifts away from the sarcophagus a little bit, but still looking at it because she's like pre-examining it because she wants to check it out. But we're at the end of the night, so
Yeah, so basically, probably have to do next episode. Does Lila notice anything odd about Vasily?
Yes. She has a conflicting nature. It's not common that you reach out with this sense that you have this power that you've been imbued with by your faith. To meet somebody with a conflicting nature in this way, Vasily is both fiendish, both demonic, and undead.
Lila will keep her face very still. Yes, my friend, I think it's better if you slept closer to everybody else.
okay. Vasily listens to the lady that could definitely kick her ass, so, and goes back over with everybody else. She's like little bead of sweat runs down her neck.
And then Lila will sit between the group and the sarcophagus. And she will rest there for the night. She sleeps with her eyes open. Just to creep you out.
That's what a coincidence. Reader does as well.
Well, you're a machine.
Are you not? Okay.
Sleep comes surprisingly easy in this room. It's still air, warm, unmoving, but without that staleness that pervades the rest of the pyramid. There are no sounds in here. There are no distractions. There's only dark and the slowly fading smell of death. And each of you fall deep. Each of you wake, well rested, well healed, but did not notice the lid to the sarcophagus slide and slip off. Did not notice the illumination of a torch coming up the stairs as each of you slumbered. And it is not until you open your eyes the next day that you notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you in this room. Someone is missing. And so is Temperance. This is where we end tonight.
What?
Oh!
What?
But who is it?
It's
Give
missing.
us a little hint.
That's a cliffhanger.
You can DM it straight to me.
I tell you that. No, let's go into outros. Who's ready? Just kidding. We're going in the same the same way we always go. All right. Who are you? Who have you been? What do you got coming up? Do your plugs. And what's your favorite color? Let's start with Miss Kelly.
Okay, I wasn't first before, so I was confused who said
Aha, suffer.
I do every day. Hi, my name is Kelly, also known as the Opera Geek. You can follow me on Twitter at the Opera Geek. I played Lysa, the moderately creepy monk who's really kind of interesting. And what do I have coming up? Well, I actually just announced today, obviously because of quarantine, most opera companies are closed. So St. Petersburg Opera that I just did the Merry Widow with, the title role in the Merry Widow with in October, is actually doing a full stream of the performance on Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. I have not actually seen my performance, so I will be sitting there watching with everybody else. So at 7 p.m. Eastern on the St. Petersburg Opera YouTube channel. Other than that, you can find me on my Twitch channel on Wednesdays. I don't know what I'm going to be playing because Devin has decided she's going to dictate what we play now. And this Wednesday, actually, I'll be playing for Jasper's Game Day in a game hosted or DM'd by B. Dave Walters, who is one of my really good friends. And I get to play a level 20 College of the Opera Bard.
Ooh.
I get to use my big skill. Which we'll probably roll an out one on. But that's me. Thanks.
All right, Chad.
Hi, I am Chad Quant. I have been playing Reader the Warforged in this campaign. And I also write for animation. You can check out my stuff. Troll Hunters, Tales of Arcadia is on Netflix. It's been there for a while. Still great. Check that out. Unikitty is also really good. And also the sequel to Troll Hunters Wizards is coming up this summer. I'm pretty sure I can say that without getting in trouble. And if you also want to check that out on Netflix, it'll be very, very cool. Very in line with D&D. You can follow me on most social media at Quantum Theory. Also, I've been thinking about getting the Twitch going again. If you want to follow me on Quantum Theory, I will be probably playing some Nancy Drew and horror games with the girlfriend. So please come by. That's me. And my favorite color is orange.
Oh crap, mine's green.
Nice. Proud of both of you. Okay.
You.
We're going to go with Ms. Ashley.
Hello, I'm Ashley, and I played Constantina, who doesn't, well, okay, I did drink a weird thing in season 1, but have not drank weird things since then. You can find me on Twitter at AshleyNHWarren and on my website, scribemind.com. I have things in the works, but I can't really remember what they are right now. So just go to my Twitter and get the good scoop, I guess. Do people still say scoop? My favorite color, I have a few. One is I like rose gold a lot because I'm basic. I also really like dark colors. Like I love dark green. I love dark red. Like with rose gold, like with a metallic. I don't know. I like dark floral colors. Anyway, don't ask me questions like this because I will go on for a long time because I have very clear favorites, but it's not a simple answer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Ms. Kayla.
So we ended up doing outros and saying our favorite color, I guess is what's happening here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm keeping up. My name is Kayla Cline, and you can find me online at KAYNCLI. I just did a Goosebuds shirt for Chad. You should buy it because Chad rules. Tomorrow, Spooky Saturday with Holly on twitch.tv/Holly Conrad. We're going to talk about mythological overlaps such as the Great Flood, as recommended by TK. Great recommendation. I also wanted to promote another small business again, that like I did that one time and I forgot to do. There is an Etsy shop called City Fox Print Shop, and they do really funny shirts. That's where I got this mummy shirt. The mummy, and then it says, "Looks like you're on the wrong side of the river," which is from the mummy. And they also have really funny shirts, like a picture of the cast from Encino Man, but it says The Cure. So yeah, check that out to support small businesses in these trying times.
Nice. All right, Ms. Lysa.
Yay, I'm Lysa Penrose. You can follow me at Lysa Penrose. I do a whole bunch of D&D stuff. One of those stuffs is that I'm the brand manager for Dungeon Masters Guild, which you should follow at DMS_guild, at DMs_guild, because next week, starting on Monday, we're doing a special event called Play It Forward, where creators on our platform and sister platform Storytellers Vault, also Ulysses if you're in Germany, creators on our platforms will get 100% of the revenue for the sales between May 4th and Sunday, May 17th. It's a really great time to pick stuff up that you've been wanting to pick up, buy everything from your favorite creators as much as you're able to budget for. We also are going to be doing a 20% off sale across the site. Basically, any title over 30 days old should be discounted, so that you get a little while creators get a lot. I know a lot of folks are putting together like special bundles of their titles, so you should follow at DMs_guild, and I'll work on retweeting a bunch of the things I see pop up on Monday and throughout the event. Very excited about that. Also, if you have no idea what DM's Guild is, it's a place where people can publish licensed 5th edition adventures, supplements, player options, anything D&D 5th edition that you can think of is probably on there in some way. So definitely check it out, dmsguild.com. If you liked this show, you can follow us at Miss Tales D&D or go to talesfromthemist.com. You can find our VODs, a link to our Discord channel, which is active and lovely, and learn about things like our tea at fridaytea.com. There's a Tales from the Mist tea called Lantern in the Mists, and a Tales from the Mist set with labels designed by Kayla and 4 super delicious teas. People have been receiving theirs and tweeting about them, and their lovely reviews of how tasty the teas are. So please check them out as a little treat for yourself and to support another great small business. That's it for me.
Oh, favorite colors from you and Kayla?
Oh, yeah, my favorite colors. I really like black, but if that doesn't count, then purple.
Oh, I was going to say I really like black also, but if that doesn't count, then probably mustard. Like Lisa's top color. That's probably my favorite.
I really expected Lysa to say oxblood.
I
that's
also
a good
like
one.
that too, but Ashley already named dark red and like a million other colors.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
did-
Ashley's is more of a wine.
That's true. I do like oxblood, especially as a lipstick. If we're talking about favorite lipstick colors, that would be mine.
All right, Ms. Hadeel.
It's
I
my
won't
turn now.
screw it up this time.
Don't worry, I
Mrs.
would have
Hadeel.
called you out. So
I know.
yeah. I would have been like, hey, guess what? It's my turn now. Thanks, TK. My favorite color is pink. Always and forever. I'm Sailor Moon, bitch. Nothing you can do to stop me. You can find me online at twitch.tv/TWISECH. I stream twice a week now on Mondays from 1 to 3. I stream Minecraft, and then on Wednesdays from 9 to 11 in the morning, I stream World of Warcraft. So come hang out. Try to get a partner or something, I guess. And that's all.
All right, and it's me, it's TK. I write spooky stories. I put them on the internet. If you like spooky stories, then you can read them at tkjwrites.com, or you can follow me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. I'm not really doing anything besides the show, and after this week, I won't even have that. But always happy to talk about spooky stuff online. Right now I'm in deadline hell because it's a prison of my own making because I'm clinically depressed. Favorite color is green, specifically chartreuse, because it is the color of my favorite alcohol. Sober 2 years. That's untrue. I'm not. But I should be.
This
Anyway, that's
ending
all.
is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know.
Why did we say that?
Cool. Okay, bye. We'll see you in the mists next week for our finale.
Finale next week. Bye, everybody. Sleep well, Mistwalkers.